Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unlocking the secrets of the board. If you've ever found yourself staring at a rack of letters, just completely wondering how your opponent dropped a 70-point word while you're struggling to scrape together 10, well, you're absolutely in the right place. We're going to master Scrabble math today, and it's going to help you absolutely dominate your next game night. So it's a great question to start with. How exactly do you calculate a massive Scrabble score? To the untrained eye, Scrabble just looks like a game of vocabulary, right? But to a true strategist, it's actually a game of mathematics. It's all about board placement. Today, we're taking what might look like a list of kind of dry scoring rules and transforming them into an empowering leveling up strategy. It is going to completely change the way you play. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our 5-step path for today. 1. The basics of letter values. 2. Mastering the multiplier squares. 3. Combos and the bingo bonus. 4. The golden order of operations. And 5. Putting it all into practice.
Let's hit Section 1, the basics of letter values.
Every Scrabble master has to start from the absolute bottom, with basic face values before they can even think about stacking up those massive combo scores. And notice the stark contrast here in these foundational values. Your most common vowels and consonants, stuff like A, E, I, O, U, and your S or T, they're only worth 1 point each. They're basically the glue that holds your words together. But as you move up to the rarer letters, the value absolutely skyrockets. The K is worth 5, the J and X jump up to 8, and sitting right there at the top, the mighty Q and Z command a massive 10 points each. Oh, and definitely don't forget the blank tile. Sure, it's 0 points, but it gives you infinite possibilities. Now, what's really interesting here is how simple the baseline math is when you just read the face values. Take a basic word like cat. The C brings 3 points to the table, the A brings 1, and the T brings 1. You simply add them up. 3 plus 1 plus 1 equals a solid, very humble 5 points.
Let's reinforce this with another really quick example. We've got the word D-O-G. The D is 2 points, the O is 1 point, and the G is 2 points. Add them together, and just like cat, we land right at 5 points. So this is your foundation. Once this basic addition becomes second nature to you, you're ready to start multiplying.
Which brings us to Section 2, Mastering the Multiplier Squares. All right, this is where the game gets incredibly exciting. I want you to think of the board not just as a grid, but as a map filled with special power-ups that are just waiting for you to land on them. Defining exactly what these special squares do reveals a really crucial distinction, and you need to burn this into your memory right now. Double letter and triple letter squares, usually marked DL or TL, and they're mostly light or dark blue, those multiply only that single letter's value. But your double word and triple word squares, the DW and TW, usually pink or red, those multiply the entire word's total value. And this brilliantly illustrates why that distinction matters so significantly. Let's take the word cat again. If you play cat and just the C lands on a double letter square, only the C is multiplied. So your C becomes 6 plus the A and T, giving you 8 points total. Conversely, if you play that exact same word, cat, on a double word square, you add up the whole word first to get 5, and then you multiply that total by 2. Suddenly, your 5-point word is worth 10 points. Placement is literally everything. Watch how this math really begins to snowball. Take our other basic word, D-O-G. Face value is 5 points. But if you stretch that word across a triple word square, you take that 5 and multiply it by 3. Boom! You've just turned a tiny 3-letter word into a super solid 15-point play. Moving on to Section 3, Combos and the Bingo Bonus. Now that we've mastered the multipliers, we're ready for the big leagues. This is how you take a good turn and make it absolutely devastating for your opponent. First up, consider multiple words. When you place a word down, you might actually create other words at the exact same time. The crucial takeaway here is that you score the main word you played plus every single new word you formed. For example, if you play AT and the placement also forms the word to going down, you score the points for AT and then you add the points for TO. You score each word individually. And yes, that absolutely includes any overlapping premium squares. But listen, nothing, and I mean nothing, beats this number right here, plus 50. This is the bingo bonus. It's the absolute holy grail of Scrabble. If you manage to use all 7 tiles from your rack in a single turn, the game rewards you with a massive, flat 50-point bonus. added directly to your turn's total score. Just imagine the magical feeling of a bingo. You piece together a beautiful 7-letter word, complete with some decent multipliers, and the word itself scores 24 points. But because you cleared your rack, you slap that 50-point bingo bonus right on top. What was a standard 24-point play just erupts into a massive 74-point turn. It's a real game changer, every single time.
Okay, Section 4, the golden order of operations.
Let's take a breath. With all these letters, multipliers, combos, and bonuses floating around, the math can get a little tangled. So I want you to mentally screenshot this formula. This is the ultimate cheat sheet, and it's going to permanently end all those game night scoring arguments. Step 1. Add your base letter values. Step 2. Apply any double or triple letter multipliers first. Step 3. Add those letters together to get your base word score. Step 4. Apply your double or triple word multipliers to that total. Step 5. Add the points from any other new words you formed on that turn. And finally, Step 6. Add 50 points if you used all 7 tiles. Follow this exact order, and I promise your math will be flawless every time. Let's move to Section 5 and see how this builds, putting it into practice. Welcome to the final boss battle of our explainer. This is where we test your new skills in the real world. I've got a challenge for you. Think about these 3 words: sun, book, and quiz. I want you to mentally calculate the raw face value of each of these words before we reveal the answers. Remember that breakdown from earlier? Think about your 1-point vowels, your 3-point consonants, and of course those high-value power letters. Do you have a number in your head? Okay, starting with the first one, sun. This is as straightforward as it gets. S is 1, U is 1, N is 1. 3 very common letters, giving you a quick, easy 3 points.
Let's break down the second answer, book. You've got the 2 O's, which are 1 point each, but notice the hefty impact of those outside consonants. The B gives you 3 points, and the K brings in a powerful 5 points, so that brings the total face value to a very respectable 10 points.
And finally, the masterpiece itself, quiz. I mean, how intensely satisfying is this math? The Q drops 10 points, the U and I add 1 each, and the Z drops another 10 points. Without a single board multiplier, you're hitting an unsuspecting opponent with 22 points. Now just imagine landing that Q or Z on a triple letter, or putting the whole word on a triple word square. The possibilities are literally staggering.
Which leaves us with one final provocative thought. You've seen the power of the multipliers, you've unlocked that 6-step golden order of operations, you understand the math behind the board, and you absolutely know the formula to rack up massive scores. But do you have the vocabulary to actually pull it off? That is the real beauty of the game. Get out there, find those multiplier squares, and start dominating your next game night. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.